Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. I was a dentist for 25 years, and now we've been doing the dental practice brokerage for 16 years. Today's topic is new game plan to communicate to sellers prior to the buyer's visit in the purchase of a dental office. Anyway, we'll get into that in a few moments. As you know, we now have 10 employees. We're in 25 states, and we are available to you 363 days a year. So please just give us a call at any time. We just take off Christmas and Easter. Now, everything you're about to hear today is for entertainment purposes only. It's not a legal or business advice. If you have, you want to get in touch with us, it's 201-663-0935 or dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. So just give us a call. We're always available to you. Also, if some of you have a larger practice that's grossing over 1.3, 1.5 million, or at least over $1 million, some of the DSOs may be interested in your office if you're willing to stay on for a few years, and you hopefully have 5 operatories or more. That's some of the base criteria with a little flexibility. They'll often pay our commission. So give us a call and we can talk to you about that. But often we've often done that. We've got them to pay the commission. Now, any practice that sells for over $1 million, we will often reimburse your legal expenses if we're selling the practice for you, and based on some very minor criteria. So call us about that. We'll help you on that. All right. So let's get into what our new game plan is for communication. Streamline the communication between the new buyer and the seller. What we started doing, and I think we're going to continue this, once we have a meeting set up with the seller, we have the buyer and the seller communicate over the phone, just to sort of break the ice. It saves so much time for the buyer, so much time for the seller. But what it really provides is the insight of the seller of what the buyer is like. And if the buyer has questions, they can have them prepared after they have an initial conversation over the phone. When the buyer comes the second time, they've already had the conversation, saves a lot of time, but the buyer may have some other questions as follow-up, rather than trying to do everything at one meeting at the office. And we're finding it's saving about, cutting the office visit time in half, but of a more relaxed atmosphere, because the buyer and seller have had the conversation already. So what happens is the buyer will contact the seller. Of course, the buyers all have signed non-disclosure agreement. The buyers are already pre-approved for the loans. So you draw some comfort. This is a pretty solid guy. And the buyer and seller can have a chat over the phone. Breaks the ice. Now when they meet for the second time for the live visit, it really helps. It helps both of them. So it makes a more comfortable environment. They're not speaking or not speaking to each other or contacting each other for the first time. They've already had that conversation. And now's the follow-up, and we find it very helpful. The doctor may explain certain things about his office, and then when the buyer comes in for the actual live meeting after the first phone call, it goes along smoothly that way and has a better understanding. Now they're communicating 2 times instead of 1 time. And we're finding this is very helpful. We just did this one of Flair's the second times. I think it was on Friday I did it. And it really, really worked out well. It was a Thursday, I don't remember when. But it worked out great. Provided that good communication link between the two. Provided the background between the two. The buyer may have certain skill sets or did a residency at a certain hospital, and the seller can do a background check and add more information to the conversation. I think it's going to work out great. So we're doing this more and more now. And we find it helps with communication. And we're going to try to do this across the board, if we have two willing parties, of course. So we're excited about this new streamlined communication. And we just wanted to share that with you. Another one of our, this is another one of our ways in which we enhance communication to expedite the sale of the practice and to provide all information. We don't hold anything back. And we want the doctors talking freely to each other. So we've been doing this for a long time, for a while now, and we're going to continue it. We wanted to share that with you. We're trying to always improve our communication. Thank you so much for listening. Greatly appreciate it. Bye now.